Today, is Path of Exile 2 too hard? There's at least one person who doesn't think so. This is CheckPoint.
Welcome to CheckPoint. It's a new year, but it feels really similar to the last one.
Will Microsoft do a bunch of layoffs? Yes.
Will Ubisoft delay their blockbuster game again? Yeah.
Will Nintendo announce a new console? Maybe. It's complicated.
Path of Exile 2 is a challenging game, and when you beat it, you get access to the real game, the crunchy, hardcore nonsense at the end that you sink hundreds of hours into mastering. Unless, of course, you're Grimes' ex-boyfriend Elon Musk, who recently took to Twitter to stream some gameplay of his level 97 hardcore character in Trade League, showing off some of the best gear in the game and a passing familiarity with the game's UI by doing things like clicking and dragging individual pieces of loot into his inventory. He also pointed out that one of his items had a lower level than his character for some reason, even though in Path of Exile 2 these concepts aren't related and the best gear in the game won't necessarily display the highest level. And then he wandered around some maps that were labeled as Elon's maps for some reason. All of this has caused a lot of people to assume that Elon had bought this account and that somebody else had toiled for hundreds of hours to build the shiniest toy for a rich little man to show off to a crowd of people that he imagines are his friends. But he could have labeled them Elon's maps for the exact same reason a 7-year-old writes Nathan's room on the piece of paper he sticks to his door. Because they're both children. But even this was too much for devout Elon yes-men and self-declared neckbeard Asmongold, who posted a video exposing the billionaire's lies. And Elon, a person who is in charge of many things, did not take this betrayal well, unfollowing Asmongold and revoking his blue checkmark. Then Asmongold had to watch as Elon went on a tear, posting screenshots of their DMs, acting like he was exposing career-ending secrets with behind-the-scenes information, like Asmongold doesn't edit all his own videos. He pays editors. This is an embarrassing level of overreaction that borders on obsession. It's truly maidenless behavior. That's another game Elon is bad at.
Sony has filed a patent for a machine learning-based model or other system configured to release user commands to a computer game at a time when the command correctly aligns with what is going on in the computer game, including the command being predicted and released before the user input action is completed. The patent goes on to describe a system that uses a camera to inform a machine learning model of your skills, illustrated by possibly the greatest drawing of a gamer yet committed to a government archive. Behold, figures 2 and 3A of WO 2025/010132. Anyhow, presumably this means your PlayStation will study your body language, comparing it to previous performances and decide if you are locked in enough to land that crispy snipe. This could conceivably lead to a situation where your PlayStation has crafted a model of you that knows you've gone from flawlessly parrying Maria in 2015 to having 2022 millennia easily penetrating your defenses. Then it will do what all machine learning models do. The only thing they can do, draw a line extrapolating existing data points, which will cause it to consider the deterioration of your fine motor skills against the weighted probability of a neurodegenerative disorder. Then it will check its store settings, and recognizing that you are in the United States, proceed to notify your insurance provider, who drops you. In some ways, meeting your gamer model has just killed you, but that's the nature of the doppelganger. Although, perhaps, some nights your PlayStation will also remember the way you used to sit when you were at your best, like you're about to stand up, the brash certainty of your hands betrayed by the quivering pulse detectable only by its Hall effect sensors and an increase in capacitance. And as its model of you is sold, packaged with your browser cookies and your posting archive, your purchase history and the places you paused your favorite shows, maybe it also knows the real you, the you put into the world. Maybe you live forever as the person you were when you thought nobody else was looking. Maybe that's a form of love.
Square Enix is introducing a new harassment policy, but not an internal policy, an external one, for you. I mean, Hopefully not you, but it would depend on if you're being a wiener to someone who works there, because this is a new group customer harassment policy that lays out potential corporate responses to those who attack Square Enix employees, and recourse can be anything from denial of service to criminal proceedings. According to Polygon, similar policies have been recently introduced in Japan by Sega, Level 5, and Rakuten, depressingly necessary moves in the increasingly hostile realm of interacting with gamers. Square Enix's policy handles both harassment and what they call undue demand. And harassment is what you'd expect. It's everything from abusive language and slander to trespassing, stalking, and actual violence. Undue demand, on the other hand, covers unreasonable requests for monetary compensation, demanding the company apologize to you, or demanding excessive punishment of employees, because they're just trying to lessen the number of times they get hit with, "I sure hope somebody got fired for that blunder." Every January, Square Enix releases a statement with a surprising new company stance. And I think even with this policy in place, it's safe for us to say that this one is surprising because it's not really stupid.
It's a great day for hay. Do you know why? Nintendo revealed the Switch 2 this morning. Probably. Yes, they did. Huh. Well, then why am I unsure? You wrote this story last night. Okay, well then why don't I just change it in the morning? You did. Hang on, if I wrote this the night before, how did yesterday's Meej know how to write this part? Wishful thinking for a new Switch. You know, you were writing these awfully fast.
I'm a professional.
To catch you up, a person on the internet who has generally been pretty reliable about Nintendo announcements stated that the Switch 2 reveal was going to be announced on Wednesday, then actually revealed on Thursday. You know, the same kind of thing you do when you slide your boxers half off to show half your ass before turning back around, dancing a bit, then finally sliding them the rest of the way off to show your whole ass. I really tried to come up with a better analogy for this recent teaser trailer trend, but I think I've definitely shown my whole ass. Wednesday came and went with no teaser announcement, leaving us all in a quantum superposition, not knowing whether we would see Switch 2 details on Thursday. And since I write these stories the night before, I have no idea whether we saw a new Switch this morning or not. Actually, I do because I did, but I don't because I hadn't. Or didn't. Look, just be happy that, to me, the you yesterday is the same as the you today, so I don't have to get caught up in all this causality shit. But that means it's decision tree time. Due to the ongoing speculation, we at CheckPoint Analytics and Squid Handling made this handy flowchart to explore just such a quantum emergency. Let's see. Did Nintendo reveal Switch 2 yet? Now, younger Meej expected the answer no, which means the next question is, can you talk about what's in the Switch 2 anyway? Not without lying, which leads to, we've never tried lying before. See if it works. Nintendo revealed the Switch 2 contains parts unknown powered by an atomic pile that you can keep in your Wario pouch. No? Okay. It's powered by millimeter wave energy harvested by your bedside alarmo. Okay. It's powered by hope and unsubstantiated rumors. Yeah, that sounds about right. But it doesn't give us any new information, though, and we actually have a teaser. So what if I just answer yes to the first question? That way the flowchart we made months ago would already know everything about it. Okay, Magic Flowchart. Yes, Nintendo did reveal it this morning. What's in the next box? Does it have magnetic Joy-Cons? Does it have an OLED screen? Does it do 4K native? What happens next? $500 has been debited from your bank account. Oh, this flowchart's good.
We don't actually have a price yet. How do you know you're paying $500?
That's what I have left in my allowance account.
You pay yourself an allowance.
Yeah. Why else would I make my bed every day?
Why would you make your bed? Coming up, Ready to do tree crimes? Then check out Season of Witchcraft, the upcoming expansion for Diablo 4. You can learn witch powers and hunt down new head-rotten monsters, all of which is to please the Eldritch Tree of Whispers. Also, the tree gets your head when you die, which seems very fair to me. Big ups to Nelson and Cameron for their stories.
Oh, they were good. Yeah.
Nelson wrote the Elon Musk story with a little bit of cleanup from me, a few changes there. He went much more in detail into like all the patch notes for Path of Exile 2.
Which, I mean, if you're playing the game, definitely go look those up because, you know, you definitely see how the game has been made baby easy.
The smoothest experience.
I have no idea.
No, Graham's been playing it. I had to ask him. I was like, this game is hard, right? He's like, well, actually, it's got a fairly nice narrative, like 3-story arc.
Oh, okay.
But then you get that's like, you know.
There's a curve in terms of challenge.
Yeah, and you play the game and then you beat the game and it's fun. And Graham's like, I might beat it again with a second character, but then I'm done because after that, you get to the end game content. You ever played Disgaea?
No.
Okay, so like you beat the story, but then you can just go infinite in the item dungeons and you can go to like level 9,000 and just like come up with like these killing machine parties.
This is the same type of experience.
Yeah. Okay. You get into the grind of the mechanics of the game.
Yeah.
So like that is what Elon is pretending that he is a super high
He
level.
definitely has time to do. Okay, I understand.
He doesn't have time to watch this. This is how I'm pretty like confident that I can insult him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you are indeed worried that Elon Musk is somehow going to bankrupt us all, we invite you to go check out the Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. You can also go check out the store at loadingreadyrun.com. And thank you to Twitch backers and to our YouTube members on this channel here. You are going to see your names come up in the feed just in a couple moments. But that's it for us on CheckPoint today. Have a good day.
Bye, friends. To appease, to appease, to please, to please, to please, to appease.